Today, I wanted to come down here not just to meet my partner, my homie, but also I wanted to just reflect, come out, take a walk, get my thoughts together in my mind. I've been noticing some things been real heavy on my mental, and I've been paying attention to how I deal with those type of things. Paying attention to how much I can grow with myself and accept the process and not get so obsessed with speeding it up, but just embracing it and accepting it for how it's going in the now, in the everlasting now, So I know all things are possible in the now. And if the Creator is within me, then I have the power to do all things. I just have to tap into that power. The same thing that I think about the Creator is the same power that's within me, that's within us. See, I had a dream the other day, though. I had a dream that I wanted to share. It was it was real introspective, you know what I'm saying? The dream was I was looking at my wife, and she was sitting on the floor. She was assembling something. She was looking at something, and but it was like her, and it was like another version of her. One version of her was sitting down, and the other version of her was standing up. And the version of her sitting down was kind of like she didn't know what she was doing. She was confused. She was in a state of like, what direction should she go? And the one version of her that was standing up was looking down on her like, it's okay, I know exactly what you're doing. Like, one thing that I notice about every evolving people is like there's so many layers to us, there's so many parts of us that people don't understand, only us understand, because our innovation is so far ahead of the game that a lot of people don't understand our art in the now at first because it's too far ahead of their time. And sometimes we can run into self-limiting thoughts and self-doubt based off of having a futuristic gift and spiritual gift of creativity. It's a paradox in itself, because if you think about it, with a spiritual gift and creativity ability like that, you should never experience self-doubt. However, living in a world full of perception, instant gratification, and people who don't even really appreciate true art anymore, that's where the innovation comes in at, because you want to turn that art into a service to uplift the consciousness so they can catch up, so we can be able to survive in harmony in nature on this planet Earth, to be able to be the humans that we need to be to conserve Earth and save our relationship with nature before we get destroyed. That's on a deeper spiritual level. But to come back to the dream, it was like her future self was speaking to herself in the now and saying, I know exactly what you're doing. That was her higher self that went out ahead of her. Her higher self that went out ahead of her. That was that version of herself that was speaking to her, saying that I know exactly what you're doing. But in the now, we don't know what we're doing sometimes. We have these ideas. I must admit, on the entrepreneur path, sometimes we do find ourselves feeling lost, finding our way, pulling out new things about ourselves. The self-discovery journey gets really deep when you truly believe in yourself. Pulling out new things about yourself, pulling out new skill sets, learning new skill sets, retaining information. A lot goes into it. But that version of herself knew exactly what she was doing. That future version of herself, and all she had to do was just stay loyal to that person that she has to become. That's what I got out of the dream, is making sure that we stay loyal so we can become that person, that future self, that mental image that we had created through the clarity of our vision. Even though it can get cloudy sometimes with the mental chatter and the glimpses of self-limiting beliefs. But truly, to the core of us, we know our purpose. We know. It's a knowing, which is why we continue to do the things that we do, which is why we continue to not fit in at the corporation jobs on the corporate plantation, which explains why we never got along with people who want to stay plugged into the matrix and live a mundane life where they trust the government and gonna do everything for them, and they eat all the food that's given, and they believe that it's safe, and they believe in the system, and that's okay. But then there's some of us, like Neo in the Matrix, who can see right through it. That's just it.